Time to take the gloves off. 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 It's time to step up. You playing too soft. I'm in the ring. The gloves is off. I'm bringing the heat. I can't be stopped. I'm running
ladies and gentlemen.
The gloves is off. No holding back. I'm only intact. I'm blowing these racks. I'm all in my zone. I'm all in my groove. Keep me some checks like the ones on my shoe. I'm the champ. I am the god.
Ladies.
Cannot ignore. The gloves is off. Let's settle the score. No mercy. I'm here. You know that it's on. Give me the crown. I'm taking the throne.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for the delay, but we are back on the main.
All the way to the moon. I put in the work, sweat and the tears, facing my fears. All of these years, forced to be reckoned with victory's mine. Facing my demons, it's my time to shine. Step in the ring is like rolling the dice. The gloves is off. I cannot be nice. All in the spotlight, bask in the glory. Victory's mine. End of the story.
Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Take the gloves off.
We are back on the main. Yes, please like and share the live, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, I'm back on my main. Good morning, Ed. Hey.
I'm bringing the fire, they calling me Zeus. I cannot be stopped, I'm bringing the truth. You wanted the sword, well I'm the plug. I'm laying it
Good
down
morning.
like it was a rug. They call me a beast, they call me a villain. Making a play, willing and dealing. Spitting this fire, watch me explode. I'm in the trap, I got the gold.
We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Chasing my dream, no time to be fake. With you heavyweight, I'm shaking the ground, I'm making it shake.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm screaming my name, I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the voice of the pain. This is my life, this ain't no game. The gloves is off, it's time to attack. You playing with me, you going to your whack. We hit him with this and we hit him with that. The gloves is off,
We call it a wrap. We're back, ladies and gentlemen.
Time to take the gloves off.
Hey.
Time to take the gloves off. Time to take the gloves off.
All right, let's get the show started, ladies and gentlemen. You know what we got to do. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. Yes, you know exactly why we're here. I'm a little tardy, but you know what? I said you know what, it's going to be worth it, all right? Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing great today. Good morning, Lady Rima. Thank you for that, all right? Yes, please tap the screen, share the live, and feel free to subscribe, right? Good morning. I'll be back. Let's go! I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. Sitting in my living room. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. Yeah, yeah. Yes, I do. Woo! They don't get replies if they text me. You know why we're here, ladies and gentlemen?
Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I've gone into Zeus's live a couple of days. Shit was right.
Oh, cut it out.
It was.
Cut it out. Thank you, Ange. All right, thank you, Jess.
Zeus has gone way off the rails.
Yes, Zeus is off the rails.
It's like deja vu. It's like deja vu.
All right, DJ, go ahead and kill the music. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the show. We are back on the main account. I am so sorry that I took so long to get back, but you know that's how this thing works, right? I had to wait until they cleared the sky so that I could take off, all right? I am your host. I am your pilot. Please don't forget to share the live with those who might be looking for Zeus, all right? Please share the live. They might be looking for me on my backup, my backup, Mr. Crossing, all right? So let's get started because we don't got much time. Number one, we're 5 days out, ladies and gentlemen, from Donald Trump having to actually go sit his special behind down in the first criminal trial in the state of New York. All right, but before we talk about that, let's talk about some housekeeping items. Number one, I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H, ladies and gentlemen? Well, it's quite simple. The first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media, hands down. There's nobody more honest than me. Yes, everyone, welcome back. The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I'm humble. I am the most humble person on social media. If I get it wrong, I will be the first to apologize, but I must emphasize this. This is a huge but. Just because your feelings are wrong, it does not mean I owe you an apology. I was in a nasty live yesterday, and these folks, they were getting very worked up because I was referring to them as seditionist, treasonist, traitors. All right, listen, if that's what you are, you got to wear your badge with honor. All right, so, but if I was wrong and I got that wrong, I really would be the first to apologize. But I know I'm not wrong because I understand what traitors sound like. I've been doing this for quite a while. All right. And the last and the final H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. All right, many of you know what we do over here on this side of town, on this side of TikTok. What we do is we hold our friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds as well as their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds and crimes, our friends on the right, they have a monopoly on that, right? These are some corrupt, these are some crooked, these are some traitors. Yes, I'm going to call them what they are. They're seditionists, treasonous traitors. These are people who aren't patriots. They don't care about our democracy. These folks don't know American history, and they are literally on this app, right, Ange? They're on the app all day long, spreading lies, spreading evil, spreading hate and misinformation on behalf of Vladimir Putin and the Kremlin, as well as his buddy, Donald J. Trump. And so what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen, is we're combating these lies and we're combating this misinformation at record speed. And you know what happens, right? When you start calling these folks to the carpet on, their behavior and their conduct, they all of a sudden start, getting all upset and like to portray themselves as victims. But we don't allow Trump supporters to be victims over here, right? We don't allow MAGA to be victims because if you think about it, they've caused this country a lot of harm, right? The gloves are officially off, MAGA, and you know what happened. We took the gloves off when you came in with that nasty conspiracy theory about Barack Hussein Obama, the birther conspiracy, right? That's when the gloves came off, MAGA. And you want to know when the jar opened? The jar opened on January 6th when you traitors decided to go place a dagger at the throat of our democracy. All right. And so knowing that, we are going to dive in, ladies and gentlemen, to something very, very serious that we do need to talk about. All right. And I was talking to a good friend of mine, and we're going to see how this works out, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about it. All right. So yesterday, like I said yesterday, I was in a live with MAGA demons. And I must say this, for all of you who follow me, I really do appreciate the support you all give me when I go out and I engage in these spaces. But I will say this. Number one, if you go into a live where I'm already there, please understand, you're walking into something and you might not have everything. So don't get into that space because there's all kinds of lightning flying around. There's all kinds of sparks flying around. And I don't want some of you who know me, I don't want y'all to get caught up in this stuff. All right. I know these folks on the right very intimately, and they love, and I'm going to say this, these liars, I'm talking Trump supporters, they love to portray themselves as victims. These are some expert victims, and they learned it from their cult leader, Donald J. Trump. So there's this guy out there, ladies and gentlemen, Lion Lou. You know who Lion Lou is? He sees me in there, just doing Zeus's work that I do, bringing the hammer of truth down. And he decides to get in the box and try to say that somehow Zeus is a misogynistic individual. And I said to Lion Lou and all of his little cronies in there, I said, Lion Lou, let me get this straight. Zeus is a misogynist because I am talking to somebody who's lying and making up information, and I'm making sure they get the correct information. I'm not, verbally attacking. I'm just actually making sure they know it. Yes, Zeus, you're over talking. And I said, Lion Lou, check this out, champ. I just can't go there with you because you're trying to be a professional victim, Lion Lou. How do you support Donald J. Trump. He supports Donald Trump, who 26 women have accused him of SA. E. Jean Carroll has not only accused him, but taken him to court and actually been awarded monetary, because of the damage that this essayer did, that he's done with the defamation. And to this day, Donald Trump continues to attack this woman. Lion Lou, how can you sit out here on TikTok and say that you support women, right? But then at the same time, give Donald Trump a pass to attack women all across this country? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I've consulted with a good friend of mine, and I said we gotta define this cult-like, this MAGA-like behavior. All right, Lion Lou, he's not the only one. There's a lot of these conservative men out there. All right, so if you bear with me, we're gonna talk about conservative men syndrome, and it's plaguing TikTok, ladies and gentlemen. It's plaguing TikTok. Am I right, Ange? Conservative men syndrome. All right. So let's get into this. And I want to make sure you all know, when you run into it, don't be afraid to call it what it is. These folks are not Christians. They're not patriots. They're liars. They're cheaters. They are some of the most controlling, manipulative individuals you'll ever deal with. And this is why I do the work that I do. All right. Conservative men syndrome is a term that I'm going to say we need to start discussing, and it involves psychological and political implications. All right. It describes a set of behavioral and additional traits commonly associated with certain conservative individuals. They call themselves conservatives, right? Particularly the men. And here are some key characteristics often associated with this nasty syndrome. Controlling behavior, right? Let me know if you've seen this kind of behavior before. Individuals with conservative men syndrome tend to exhibit controlling tendencies. They seek to maintain the status quo, resist change, and uphold those traditional norms. Don't they love to pretend to be Christians and stuff like that? This can manifest in their personal relationship, their work environments, their lives on TikTok, right? This is what these conservative men like to do. Controlling behavior may extend in attempts to dominate and or micromanage others, especially women, when it comes to decision making or power dynamics. See, they want to control women in their body. That's one of the characteristics. All right, let's talk about the next one. Dishonesty and lying. This is why I call them Lion Lou. While not universally true for all conservatives, some individuals with this syndrome may engage in dishonest practices. This could involve lying, which they do all the time, misrepresentation, and definitely withholding information. Again, they're trying to maintain control and power over you. Dishonesty may be driven by a desire to protect their beliefs, maintain social order, or avoid challenging their worldview. See, these MAGA men, these conservative men know Zeus got them figured out. And this is why they don't meet. When they talk to me, I shut them down immediately. Let's talk about dishonesty. Let's talk about cheating and infidelity. You see these guys on TikTok, these so-called conservatives, they spend all day long on TikTok. And I couldn't figure it out for a while. Well, how could you spend so much time? They come into my live and they say, Zeus, you're a lazy liberal. I'm not on TikTok all day, but they are. And you know why? These are those who've been happily married, for 32 years. These folks say they're married. They're on TikTok all day long, in and out of these DMs. See, I got to call it what I see. So let's talk about cheating and infidelity. Conservative men syndrome is sometimes associated with infidelity and cheating within romantic relationships. This behavior contradicts those traditional family values and commitments. See, they're Christians, but they love being in your DMs, don't they, ladies? This syndrome may lead some individuals to engage in secret affairs, betraying their partners, and violating trust. After all, this is what they've learned from Donald Trump, right? Woo! They said I got TDS. Well, I guess this is TDS for you Trump supporters, all right? All right, let's move it along. All right, these conservative men syndrome, those with it, they place significant importance on authority figures, right? Established institutions and conventional religious beliefs. They tend to value obedience, self-discipline, and adherence to the societal norms. You know, there's a conservative man out there. He goes by the name of Clickbait. Watch this guy clickbait, all right? Look at Snuggles. Look at all these folks, ladies and gentlemen. They got conservative men syndrome, waiting to cheat on their partners, right? All right, let's talk about next, ladies and gentlemen. Hostility towards others. How many of you seen these conservative men on TikTok just yelling at the top of their lungs, right? They foam at the mouth when they talk. They're literally unable to control the MAGA demon. They get into the box, they start saying racist things, right? You see them, they get in the box, they say racist things, they say misogynistic things whenever you call them out on their BS. This is because they got conservative men syndrome. But remember, look at them right there. They're upstanding American citizens. They watch Fox News, they read their Bible. They would never do this stuff. And they got their women trained, right? Yeah, right. All right. Individuals with this syndrome may express hostility or negative views towards people like you and I that are outside of their own social or cultural or political group, right? These are some of the most evil individuals. We can't stand DEI and all of that diversity stuff. We can't stand it because it forces us to have a reckoning with the realities that are going on in America, and we can't handle that. They're openly hostile, but yet they proclaim to be Christians, all right? All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along, all right? We don't got much time, all right? You know what you got to do. Get those boos and those shames queued up. It is essential to recognize that not all conservative men exhibit these traits. And the syndrome is not contagious. It really isn't, but it could be. Additionally, intelligence and political behavior are complex and multifaceted, and correlations between being a conservative and being intelligent aren't quite absolute at the moment. There's still more research being done on this, ladies and gentlemen. It really is. But this is something that I'm going to encourage all of you out there who go into these spaces and you run into these conservative men who are, what I say, filled, their cup runneth over, right? With that nasty MAGA demon. All right? When you run into it, don't run. Just understand this is what you're dealing with. They're suffering right now. And there's currently no treatment other than they'll have to come to this live, right? And listen, not just mine, but all of my friends out here who are doing this kind of work, they'll have to come to our lives and they'll have to stop spamming my comment section and sit their special lines down and listen to this special broadcast. That's the only cure, right? And ladies and gentlemen, on that note, let's kick this show off the way we normally do. Join me, and it could be contagious if you watch Donald Trump. If you go to a Trump rally, you can catch this nasty thing, all right? You really can. Join me in giving all of these conservative men infected with conservative men syndrome, all right, what they deserve this bright and early. All right? On a Wednesday morning, join me in giving them what they deserve. Our first honorable round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
All right, let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, though, when y'all see me in these red spaces, you don't have to go in there and try to regulate Zeus. I want to make sure I put that out there. There was a bit of an interesting situation when I go in there. Listen, I give everybody the same opportunity. I don't go to other people's lives and tell them how to run their lives. I ask that you don't do that when it comes to Zeus, all right? I've been doing this for quite a while, and if I end up, getting a little roughed up, I understand that's just part of the territory, all right? But seriously, I do respect everyone's platform, but if we are on the friendly side, please do not allow what you see happening in those spaces to get you to start thinking that perhaps Zeus is one of these soft targets out here, because it doesn't work like that. All right. I have different relationships with different folks. All right. So please try to be respectful if you go in there, especially if I know you. And I don't ask that you always agree with me. There's people on my side that don't always agree with me. All right. That's totally fine. In a democracy, we all don't have to agree. But if you come in there sideways, I might have to I might have to pump those brakes. Seriously, all right? And I'm saying that out of respect for a lot of you. I do respect a lot of these folks out here. But what we can't have is folks thinking that somehow I report to them on this app, because that's totally not true. All right. All right. All right. Now let's move on to the next topic. All right. I wasn't going to cover this, but this was an interesting exchange I ran across. All right, on the platform X. Right. Thank you, Rick. A Trump supporter is saying, if Donald Trump doesn't win, they're asked, if Donald Trump doesn't win, what will you do? And this MAGA demon right here, she says, I hope that I am going to lose my life. You got to listen to this exchange, ladies and gentlemen. But this just shows you how dangerous Donald Trump and those who follow him really are. Let's give this a go, ladies and gentlemen.
Tell me about if Donald Trump does not win, what do you do?
I hope that I'm going to die.
I want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win.
I don't want to live like this anymore. You like our country the way it is now?
I mean, it doesn't really matter what I think, but you've got a pretty good life. You got nice clothes on, you got hat on, sunglasses, you got your health. I mean, the country's done pretty well by you, right?
No, the country hasn't done anything by me. I've done everything for myself. My husband and I took care of ourselves as we grew older. Now, when we got ready to retire, we had planned what we were going to do. Now, what is the country doing for me now? Do I get any interest on anything that I put away and saved?
Well, your money is safe, right?
I wouldn't say that.
You got access to health care?
I have access to health care because my husband served 20 years in the military.
So the military did something for your family. The military is trustworthy, right? I mean, military healthcare system's great.
No, I wouldn't say it's great. We were promised free health care for our whole life, but that did not happen.
What is it that is so bad about where America is or where you are right now with America that you would want to die if Donald Trump doesn't win?
I just don't want to live in a country that is as screwed up as this one, that people are so out of control and that they think that everything that they're entitled to everything. What do you think about the stealing that's going on right now?
What do you mean stealing?
People walk into stores and just can walk out with stuff.
Well, crime is a problem, but there's also a lot of places where people have to...
Crime is increasing every day.
Actually, the data shows it's not.
Well, I don't care what the data shows. You and I can't talk to each other because you have a totally different idea of what's going on than I have.
So what do you trust?
I trust Donald Trump.
Oh, stop right there. What do you trust? I trust Donald Trump. See, this is some sick stuff.
I trust Donald Trump, and what really upsets me the most is everybody remembers that one little blip that Billy Bush put out there when he first started to run.
About grabbing the...
Yeah. That's the...
I mean, that was pretty memorable.
Well, why is that memorable? Why isn't it memorable the things that he did do?
Well, he's been indicted in 4 different cases and 91 criminal charges.
That stuff is true. You know it's not.
I don't know whether it's true or not. I just know that... No, I just know that... No, I'm just a journalist who sees that he's been in... I mean, so how do you explain all these charges? How do you explain
them?
Well, they're all made up.
They're all made up.
They're all made up.
Yep.
Wow.
They're all made up.
So the election interference in Georgia, Sidney Powell and Kenneth Chesebro, who worked for Donald Trump as lawyers, they just pled guilty and admitted...
I don't believe that either.
You don't believe they pled guilty?
No.
So when they said that they were...
I never turn on the news. I never turn on the TV. I never listen to any of that.
So where do you get your information if you don't watch the news?
I get my information from Telegram.
From Telegram. Are there any liberal or progressive voices on Telegram?
I don't have any idea.
There are not. Is it important to hear from people who have a different point of view than you?
I'd like to sit down with a liberal someday and have them tell me what it...
Oh my!
About what's going on right now, but they won't talk to you about it.
What particular issue would you like to talk about?
I don't know. What do you think is so great about what's going on right now?
I think what's so great is that people who are in the United States now have more opportunities than anywhere else around the world.
When's the last time you paid for a loaf of bread?
I just went to the store the other day and I was glad to see that inflation is down.
Oh no. We can't talk anymore.
Unemployment is down. My 401k is doing great. Your 401k is doing great. The markets are awesome.
No. I can't even, see, that's why I can't talk to a liberal.
Oh.
Well, if we can't talk to each other, what are we going to do?
Well, we're not gonna do anything, because I'm leaving.
Oh, and ladies and gentlemen, on that note, Elvis right there has left the building. So this is another example of what happens when someone who's possessed with the MAGA demon is presented with facts, data, and statistics. She's retreating, right? And all of a sudden, she's now the victim. She can't have a conversation, even though she said she would love to talk to liberals. It's just another example of the difficult task ahead of, when it comes to actually helping to get this country back on track, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we have folks in our country still, Trump supporters, who refuse to accept the truth. And on that note, you know what we got to do. Join me in giving them what they deserve, especially this woman right here, possessed with the MAGA demon, wearing this nasty MAGA hat. Join me in giving her another round of boos and shame.
Silence! You MAGA demon!
You know, ladies and gentlemen, this is some serious stuff that's going on in this country. I don't necessarily believe when I engage in these conversations with Trump supporters, I don't believe I'm changing their mind. But I know there's people out there who are listening and hearing this, and they're able to put these facts together for themselves and make the right choice. That's what this is really all about. All right, and speaking of making the right choice, we all heard it yesterday, right? As their Arizona Supreme Court ruled that the state must adhere to a century-old law banning nearly all abortion. Now, what makes this even more interesting of a situation is that let's go over this, right? The Arizona Supreme Court ruled Tuesday that the state must adhere to a 160-year-old law barring all abortions except in cases when it is necessary to save a pregnant woman's life. A significant ruling that will make a Civil War era abortion law enforceable in the state. The law can be traced to as early as 1864, before Arizona became a state, and was codified in 1901. It carries a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years for abortion providers, and it puts Arizona among the states with the strictest laws in the country, alongside Texas, Alabama, and Mississippi, where bans exist with almost no exceptions. I bring this up, ladies and gentlemen, because number one, when these conservative folks out here, they want to make America great again, you understand what they're doing. They want to take us back to back in the day, all the way before slavery was outlawed in the country, all the way. They want to get us all the way back. Isn't it interesting that they decided to default that far and back? You see what they're doing, all right? And this is why we got to do what we do to resist this, all right? And Katie Hobb yesterday, she gave an amazing speech yesterday. I want to make sure let that play for a second before we move on to the next phase, all right? She made it a point to make sure she let all of everyone in Arizona know where she stands on this particular issue, all right? And by the way, this is bad news for MAGA, all right? I really want you to understand President Biden was right. You're going to find out in November just how strong women are because of what you're doing, all right? And Donald Trump is the one to blame, and this is why he's freaking out. Well, that on top of his court case, right? So let's listen to Katie's Hobb.
Day in Arizona. Just now, the Arizona Supreme Court issued its opinion in Planned Parenthood v. Mays, upholding one of the most extreme abortion bans in the country. And while it is currently stayed, we continue to live under an unacceptable ban, a law that still strips Arizonans of their personal autonomy and has no exceptions for women who are the victims of rape or incest or any regard for pregnancy complications. Let me be clear. Arizona's 2022 abortion ban is extreme and hurts women. And the near total Civil War era ban that continues to hang over our heads only serves to create more chaos for women and doctors in our state. As governor, I promised I would do everything in my power to protect our reproductive freedoms.
Good.
Here's what I've done so far and how we can continue to work together to end this never-ending assault on our basic rights. First, My executive order removing the ability of county attorneys to prosecute women and doctors for performing abortions remains. I refuse to allow extremist county prosecutors to use this abortion ban to lock up women and doctors seeking or providing needed health care.
Exactly.
Second, my administration has expanded access to over-the-counter contraceptives. Today, Arizonans across the state can walk into their pharmacy to obtain birth control medication without a doctor's prescription.
Thank you.
Third, last year I vetoed legislation that would have threatened access to IVF and potentially endangered access to any and all abortions in our state.
Thank you.
And any other legislation that threatens to take away our rights will continue to be met with my veto stamp.
Thank you.
Fourth, I am calling on the legislature to do the right thing right now and repeal this 1864 ban and protect access to reproductive health care.
Thank you.
The Republican majority in the legislature has time and again refused to act to protect our freedoms.
The Republicans.
They have refused to repeal this extreme civil war, near total abortion ban. In fact, the Senate President and House Speaker fought in this very case to keep this extreme ban in place, and as it stands, they might have their way. They have refused to act to protect IVF and contraception. Instead, they tell women to put aspirin between their knees.
What?
While I'm proud to be a backstop to their extremism, Arizona women should never have to fear the next court decision.
Wow.
It's why I'm proud to be standing here with Senator Birch and Representative Stahl Hamilton and these other legislators who are dedicated to protecting our freedoms.
Thank you.
We are 14 days away from this extreme ban coming back to life.
Thank you.
It must be repealed immediately.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Katie Hobbs. Women are having to put aspirin in between their legs. I didn't even know that was something that was really out there. I didn't know that was a thing. But this is what I meant when I said conservative men syndrome. All right, these men are obsessed with trying to control women's bodies. And it's sickening. Number one, let's give Katie Hobbs a round of applause. Sprung right into action. She sprung right into action and made it very clear, not in my state, but to the Arizona Supreme Court and you conservative men who are on some sort of sick power trip. All right? You know what time it is. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving them another round of booze and shame. That's some sick individuals.
Silence! You maca demon!
And I really do mean that, all right? And I just want to make sure we're all on the same page about this, all right? Because this, like I said at the top of the show, this is some terrible news for Donald Trump, all right? All of you basically just sealed your fates, all right? This November, I'm talking about Trump supporters. I'm talking about MAGA. Donald Trump's not going to get reelected. The odds are so stacked against him. This decision, as far as I'm concerned, is the nail in the coffin, the proverbial nail in the coffin. All right, that's because I got to clean it up for some of these so-called victims out here that are listening to me. All right, so this one's called "There's No Way Donald Trump is Going to Carry This State." All right, conservative commentator writes off ex-president's chances after the Arizona
Republicans think Barry Goldwater, okay? Barry Goldwater, who may have been sort of this pillar in the conservative movement, but Arizona conservatives are libertarians on social issues, and they always have been. It was Barry Goldwater's family who actually helped establish the first Planned Parenthoods in Arizona.
Wow.
This is not a state that is going to want the government to impede your personal liberties.
It is amazing to see whether she'll be able to get away with such a direct flip-flop, though. I mean, they don't always come as clear as this one.
I have spoken to state electeds in the last hour.
Here it goes.
Republican state electeds. And they believe that this will absolutely flip the legislature. This will absolutely impact the presidential election. This has Republicans now on their back feet. There is no way Donald Trump is going to carry this state.
Well, Trump has said that
there's no way Donald Trump is going to carry this state. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump another round of boos and shame. This is his own doing at work. Get him out of here. And I get that there are some folks out there who are upset with me. Maybe you didn't hear me, and you know what? I think I forgot to play it. But for all of you who are upset with me, the only people who are upset are those who have the MAGA demon. Maybe you didn't hear this, but this is something you should definitely keep in mind, all right?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave.
Yep.
As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
And you do.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time,
Right, CC?
very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now.
Yeah.
Come back if you want. Don't come back.
I don't
It's okay
care.
too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
You hear that to you conservative men out there? If you're not happy, leave. You don't got to get in the comment section and start saying nasty and disgusting stuff. See, I know what gets you. Number one, it's my handsomeness, right? The way, the handsomeness, it's overwhelming to you. You just can't believe someone like Zeus is actually delivering it to you nonstop. But that's how good I am, number one. But I also know what it is. See, the stuff that I'm saying to you is the truth. This is stuff you could never say to each other. This is stuff you couldn't even say to Donald Trump because you're too weak. Donald Trump has taken over. You have no spine. So what you're doing is you come into my space or you come into some of the spaces that my mutuals host, and you say to us the things you would love to say to Donald Trump but are too afraid to, because it don't bother me and you got to get it out. But I know what's really going on though in those dark corners of this country where you live at, where you work at. You're stressed out. You're frustrated because it ain't adding up, right? You heard that woman, she's crying about a loaf of bread, but she didn't tell you the other side. I can't buy any bread because my husband is sending all the money to Donald Trump. She ain't telling you he's emptying out the checking and the savings account to send Donald Trump that $5 or $10 because Donald Trump every day sends a text and an email and tweets begging and demanding that y'all turn over that money. See, that's the real frustration. And you can't tell Donald Trump to stop because you're already in too deep. And I know it, right, ladies and gentlemen? They're in too deep, right? They're in too deep. That's just how the cookie crumbles. See, I don't got that issue. If Biden was hitting me up for money like that, I'd say, hey, champ, you got to relax. We don't got that kind of relationship, but you can't do that to Donald Trump because you're not a free thinker. I get it. Let's move it along. Extraordinary and wholly improper. This is dedicated to Letitia James, all right? Trump's lawyers are denouncing Letitia James' latest demand, all right? We got to quickly go through these topics. New York Attorney General Letitia James requests for an investigation into whether Donald Trump withheld information during his $464 million civil fraud trial, all right, is extraordinarily and wholly improper, defense lawyers argued, all right? Alan Weisselberg's new attorney, Armin Morian, replacing officially ousted Alina Habba, teamed up with Trump's attorney on Monday in a new filing contesting James' demand that a court-appointed monitor investigate court records. All right? Mr. Weisselberg respectfully requests that the court deny plaintiff's extraordinary and wholly improper request by later rather than motion practices to expand the mandate of Justice Barbara Jones, they wrote. Trump's lawyer, Clifford Robert, added that the New York Attorney General's astonishing request is an evident play to transform the monitor into her own special counsel. All right, now get this. James' demand for a closer look at the Trump organization's financial dealings in the wake of Justice Arthur Engoron's landmark ruling arrives as Weisselberg's, the company's former CFO, pleaded guilty to perjury charges linked to his testimony in the civil fraud trial. Quote, "We have already raised multiple times the prospect that defendants have withheld relevant and responsive information," Letitia James said. "We ask that the monitor be directed to investigate certain issues surrounding the recent perjury plea by defendant Alan Weisselberg." See, ladies and gentlemen, you remember Donald Trump said he doesn't have the money, right, to pay the bond. But guess what we all found out? That he just might have been lying when he said that. He really may have had the money and tried to fool around with the New York courts and play them for some fools. And Letitia James isn't having it. So guess what we're going to do? Join me in giving Donald Trump and his criminal defense team what they deserve, because they keep thinking they can get away with crimes because they think they're smarter than Letitia James. I'm assuming they think that because she's a black woman, right? Join me in giving them another round of booze and shame. Shout out to Letitia James. Shout out to Letitia James. Letitia James, if you're listening to this broadcast, please do everything you legally can to drain Donald Trump of all the fraudulent stuff he's stolen from those in the state of New York. Please take it all. I want his supporters to see what this clown looks like without all the makeup and without all of the fanfare, because I want his supporters to see what we all see, which is he's really a clown and they are all in a circus. All right. Now let's move it along. Trump-loving activists face potential $1.25 million penalty in voter suppression scheme. You know how Donald Trump loves to say it was a rigged election. We keep having all of these examples of, yeah, it was rigged, but it's folks that are tied to MAGA. Folks from MAGAville doing all of this rigging. All right? So, and this is another shout out to Letitia James, by the way. Letitia James, she hit the jackpot. I guess Letitia James knows what we all know. 99.9% of the time, if Donald Trump is involved, there's crimes, right? All right, Jacob Wohl and Jack Berman, two far-right activists supportive of Donald Trump, could pay up to $1.25 million in damages after settling a lawsuit related to a fraudulent voter suppression scheme that used robocalls to spread disinformation to deter, guess what? To deter black people from voting in the 2020 election. To deter black people. See, this is why I talk to you folks, these blacks for Trump. I'm trying to wake your game up and help you understand what you think and what you really believe. You know, you're getting it off of Facebook and X and all those places, and you think you being enlightened. There's somebody behind the scenes manipulating your special behind. So listen up. All right. So this is to deter black people from voting in the 2020 election. New York Attorney General Letitia James reached an agreement with the men that lets them pay around half of $1 million if they keep up with their payments, but they'll be on the hook for the full amount plus another $250,000 if they fail to make a payment on time. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is evidence of election interference by Donald Trump's and his cult following. All right, Jacob Wohl and Jack Berman. They've been basically they've been basically found liable, and now they're paying up. Join me in giving these folks what they deserve. The real criminals, right? Join me in giving them what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. All right, how are we looking on time? All right. I just wanted to bring this up real quickly, ladies and gentlemen. All right, Donald Trump is being trolled for being caught with Coca-Cola and ketchup despite his fears of being poisoned. All right, it looks like Donald Trump's healthy habits could be gone for good. In a new photo uploaded on X, all right, the ex-president was seen at a table surrounded by, let me see if let's look at the picture. Look at this photo, lady. Look at this. We got to give this a boo and a shame, right? That's just disgusting. Oh my God, this is sick. Surrounded by shrimp, a few Coca-Cola cans. I mean, how much Coke does this man need? Jeez, what the world? This is him in his habitat. All right. A few Coca-Cola cans, ketchup, and people couldn't help but comment on his diet, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, what do you make of this picture? Always keep some ketchup nearby in case you need some to throw. That's what they say, all right? He does have a very potent fear of being poisoned, they say. But look, So he prefers to use those small Heinz glass ketchup bottles. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, this is a pig in his habitat, right, ladies and gentlemen? What do you got to say about this, MAGA? This is who you're following? This is what he does with the money you send him, right? He needs Coke. He needs Diet Coke. What else has he got up there? All right. I don't know what the heck is he signing. I mean, really, this is just, to me, more evidence that Donald Trump is unfit to be president of these United States. He should be out, doing something healthy besides sitting around the table drinking Coke and Diet Coke. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Donald Trump another round of booze and shame. This is disgusting. All right. We're almost done, and then I got to open up the boxes, all right? I know folks out there, they don't like me because I tell the truth. Well, you know what? I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be sitting in a prison out there in Washington, D.C. because I chose to believe a clown, all right? All right, this is just another oopsie does it story, all right? This is something Donald Trump and his criminal defense team they've been called out for it. Trump's lawyers subpoenaed the wrong Jeremy Rosenberg before the hush money trial. Oh my God. I guess this just shows you get what you pay for, right? Oops. Donald Trump's lawyers in his hush money case served the wrong guy with court papers, demanding that a Brooklyn man with nothing to do with the upcoming trial turn over evidence. Prosecutor said. This is woo! The pretrial flub came after Trump attorney Todd Blanche sent a subpoena to a man they believe to be former district attorney supervising rackets investigator Jeremy Rosenberg in March, seeking files related to Trump's fixers turned enemy Michael Cohen, the Manhattan DA's office. But the man, in fact, a separate Jeremy Rosenberg, a Brooklyn resident who appears to have had a bit of fun with Trump's attorneys. Quote, "I don't have any files for you," is what he said. Rosenberg wrote back to Trump lawyers, according to the filing Trump's attorneys released Monday. Rosenberg added that the phone number you provided was disconnected and that he'd be keeping the $15 Trump's lawyers had sent him to help pay for sending the documents. Ladies and gentlemen, what a circus show. When you are subpoenaing the wrong person, that shows you just how scared and terrified you are. Ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump's legal team what they deserve. Another round of booze and shame. All right, let's wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. And, I'm a little behind, obviously, because I started late, but I still think I'm a bit on time. You know what we got to do now? Let's talk about January 6th, all right? And then I'm going to open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and to tell the truth. All right, many of you know exactly how I feel about January 6th. This was a very dark and dangerous day in which Donald Trump led his supporters to commit an assault on our democracy, all right? And place a dagger at the throat of our democracy. And so what I like to do is make sure you all understand what really happened, all right? And this is based off of the real information that's out there. Donald Trump knew that he was going to lose the 2020 election, and he decided to come up with a couple of strategies to do what no other president in U.S. history has ever tried to do, to try to remain in power. And you know how he started to do this, right? It started off with this.
It's a rigged election. It's the only way we're going to lose.
It's a rigged election. That's the only way we're going to lose. That's the seed that he planted in the mind of his supporters leading up to the election, right, in 2020. And so what happened? Well, this was during the time the country was experiencing a nasty, nasty pandemic, right? It was a nasty pandemic, right? The economy was on its knees. Yeah, the gas prices were down, but that's because people weren't going anywhere. Kids had to go to school at home while their parents were working at home. I mean, this was pandemonium. Donald Trump knew he wasn't going to get reelected. The American people knew it. We decided to fire him, and he's seen it. So what did he decide to do? He decided, you know what? I am going to, number one, I'm going to put this into motion. I'm going to put a fake elector scheme in motion. And then I am going to lead an attack against the United States government. So how did he do that? Well, on election night, instead of coming out and conceding to President Biden, like all others have done in the past, he decided to water that seed of doubt that he had planted in the mind of his supporters. And this is how he watered it.
We had such a big night. You just take a look at all of these states that we've won tonight, and then you take a look at the kind of margins that we've won them by. And all of a sudden, it's not like we're up 12 votes and we have 60% left. We won states, and all of a sudden, I said, what happened to the election? It's off. And we have all these announcers saying, what happened? And then they said, oh, because you know what happened? They knew they couldn't win. So they said, let's go to court. And did I predict this, Newt? Did I say this? I've been saying this from the day I heard they were going to send out tens of millions of ballots. I said exactly, because either they were going to win, or if they didn't win, they'll take us to court. So Florida was a tremendous victory.
He didn't concede to President Biden, did he? Did any of you hear him say, congratulations, Joe Biden, great election, great campaign? He didn't do that. He watered that seed of doubt in the mind of his supporters. And then he went one step further. He decided, I need to convert my supporters into my soldiers, because after all, he believed that he was the modern day Jefferson Davis, and that he was in a civil war. So he needs his Confederate soldiers. And so he went one step further and did this.
76,000 votes with almost nothing left. And all of a sudden everything just stopped. This is a fraud on the American public. This is an embarrassment to our country. We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
And with that right there, he convinced his soldiers, his supporters, to be his soldiers, and he convinced them that now they needed to engage in heinous acts of violence on his behalf. Right? So now they're ready. They're ready. What does he decide to do next, ladies and gentlemen? I'll tell you what he decides to do. He moves on with phase 2.
I just want to find 11,780 votes, which is one more than we have.
Brad Raffensperger, find me those votes. I got everything else under control. I just need you to find me those votes. Remember that? That's how he got to that RICO case out there in Fulton County with Fonnie Willis. So he has the fake elector scheme in motion. All right. And so now it is time to rally my troops. Attention, all Trump supporters. This is what Donald Trump, Jefferson Davis did. I lost to Joe Biden and I am very angry. So I need retribution. All right. What I need for all of you to do is to sell everything that you have and send the proceeds to me. That'll help me calm down a little bit. All right. And then I need you to meet me in Washington, D.C. at an event I am hosting, not Nancy Pelosi, all right, not Antifa. This is an event I am hosting, all right, called Stop the Steal. Be there. It's going to be wild. And what did those red hats do? What did those Trumpies do? I call them Trumpies because they're Trump loyalists. They're not Americans. They're not patriots. They're Trump loyalists. They decided while in the pandemic, you know what we should do? We should get in the back of these U-Hauls. They put on their khaki pants. They put on the mask. You remember all throughout the pandemic, they said, you don't make us wear those masks because if you make us wear them, we can't breathe. We can't breathe. We can't breathe if we wear the mask. But when Donald Trump said, get your special behinds to Washington, D.C., they had no problem masking up in the back of those U-Hauls, right? They brought tactical gear. We're talking about the Patriot Front. We're talking about the Boogaloo Boys. We're talking about the Proud Boys. They had no problem assembling at the United States Capitol on January 6th, ladies and gentlemen. Now that they're at the Capitol, Donald Trump knows he has to move on with the next phase of the attack. He's in the White House. He's talking to Mike Pence. All right. Mike Pence, everything's in motion, champ. I need you to do what I asked you to do, and don't you dare certify those votes. And what did Mike Pence do? Mr. President, I would love to do that, but I can't do that because if I did, that would require me to place you above the United States Constitution, sir. And I can't do that. Oh, this is what So you know what your problem is, Pence? This is what Trump said to him. You know what your problem is, Pence? You're a little too honest. I'll take care of this myself. And he stormed out, threw ketchup at the wall, right? This is what he did. Goes to Secret Service and tells Secret Service, take me to go meet up with my soldiers at the ellipse. Sir, those folks have tactical gear. They have chemical sprays. These folks are armed to the T. We don't think it's safe for you to go there. He said to them, excuse you, those folks aren't there to harm me. They're there to harm the vice president. I don't care if they're there to harm the vice president. Take me to meet up with my soldiers. Secret Service, they took him to the ellipse. And when he got to the ellipse, ladies and gentlemen, we all remember it. That sea of red hats was out there, right? It was a sea of red hats. All right. Trump flags, right? Stop the steal flags, all flying in the air. Donald Trump decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and encourage my soldiers to engage in heinous acts of violence.
Now it is up to Congress to confront this egregious assault on our democracy. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down. We're going to walk down anyone you want, but I think right here we're going to walk down to the Capitol. And we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. Because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, they were primed and ready to go engage in heinous acts of violence. After all, you remember what Lieutenant Marjorie Trader Greene said. You know, we think she planted those pipe bombs, but we don't have any proof. But a lot of us believe she may have been the one that planted those pipe bombs. After all, you remember what she said, right?
Everything. If we flood the Capitol building, flood all the government buildings, go inside. These are public buildings. We own them. We own these buildings. Do you understand that? We own the buildings, and we pay all the people that work in the building.
You hear that? So guess what her supporters started to do? They decided to actually follow suit. So there was an issue with there was an issue that transpired that day as well. It's involved Ashley Babbitt. Ashley Babbitt clearly had been radicalized by Donald Trump. All right, she really had been, and she began her assault on the United States Capitol. Listen to how Ashley Babbitt was acting.
Why don't you worry about your own goddamn district and the shit that's going on there? You are a complete, I'm telling you right now, I'll put all you on notice. Every single one of you politicians in California, Gavin Newsom, Jerry Brown, Maxine Waters, Duncan Hunter, what the hell is Kamala? Where is Kamala? Talking about ISIS like KKK. We got this modern camera. You know what? We have thousands of people on the other side of the board. You people can't get to work. Our economy is going to take an absolute tank because you guys refuse to choose America over your stupid political party.
Capitol and a mob. There's an estimated over 3 million people here today. So despite what the media tells you, boots on the ground definitely say something different. There is a sea of nothing but red, white, and blue patriots and Trump.
A sea of red, white, and blue patriots for Donald Trump. And then Ashley Babbitt proceeds to go inside of the Capitol building. Yeah, she went inside the Capitol. And guess what? She lost her life that day because of Donald Trump and his big lie. And what happened after Ashley Babbitt lost her life, ladies and gentlemen? Listen up.
A big piece of information that stands out to me is that Donald Trump was passed a note after one of the rioters was shot in the Capitol, and was made clear that this person had been shot, this woman had been shot in the chest. And the valet says that he offered no reaction upon learning that. He kept sitting in the chair watching the violence unfurl on TV.
After Ashley Babbitt lost her life, Donald Trump had no response. He didn't care. All he was concerned was that his soldiers execute the mission. And see, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I talk about January 6th the way that I do. There was an exchange that took place also where they ran into one of their own, Ray Epps. Remember Ray Epps? And they said, feds, feds, feds. Which tells me that you Trump supporters really did believe that the FBI was there. And I go one step further. So if you knew the FBI was there, MAGA, why'd you break the law? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. It's like you're going to go rob a bank and you get there. You see not only the police, because you know the police were protecting the Capitol, but you also saw the FBI. And you said, this is the perfect time to rob a bank. This is why I do what I do. I have to explain to MAGA just how ridiculous they are. Guess what, MAGA? This is what really happened. You don't know why you did it because you weren't in control of yourself that day. The MAGA demon had hijacked your minds. And Donald Trump was running you. All right? Y'all some real sick and twisted individuals. And so now that we are at the crime scene, ladies and gentlemen, of January 6th, all right, let's talk about what happened with one of those seditionist, treasonist traitors, all right? A Colorado man has pled guilty to entering the United States Capitol on January 6th. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here he is. Okay, here he is. Look at this guy right here. This is guy. All right, Clive Kincaid, who was 76 years dumb. 76. What are you doing at the Capitol at 76 years old? Seriously, champ, seriously. Pled guilty to one count of entering and remaining in a restricted building or ground, and he is set to be sentenced on August 15. He pled guilty on Tuesday to one count of entering and remaining in a restricted building or grounds, according to court records, all right? And this story, right, he says he is set to be sentenced. FBI investigators found that the user of a certain phone number was inside of the Capitol on January 6th. Investigators connected the phone number to Kincaid and spotted him on surveillance footage captured inside of the United States Capitol, according to an affidavit. An FBI investigator interviewed Kincaid on August 28, 2021, according to the affidavit, and during that interview, he admitted to being inside of the Capitol on January 6th. He also reviewed images the FBI had taken from video and confirmed that he is the person in the image. It's like I keep telling you, Trump supporters, you keep following that guy, you're going to get the ultimate MAGA reward. And what is the ultimate MAGA reward? Jail. And if you don't get your soul right, hell. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Clive Kincaid what he deserves for his seditionist, treasonous conduct. All right? Join me in giving him another round of booze and shame. Bye-bye, Clyde.
You MAGA demon.
All right, and on that note, ladies and gentlemen, since he's been sentenced, he's been convicted, join me in sending him off the old-fashioned way. Ladies and gentlemen, let's send Clive off the old-fashioned way.
I'd like to begin by addressing the heinous attack on the United States Capitol. Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem. I immediately deployed the National Guard and federal law enforcement to secure the building and expel the intruders. America is and must always be a nation of law and order. The demonstrators who infiltrated the Capitol have defiled the seat of American democracy. To those who engaged in the acts of violence and destruction, you do not represent our country. And to those who broke the law, you will pay.
Audit today. Thank you so much for the subscription. All right. You hear that, MAGA? Did you hear that? The same individual who lured you to the Capitol that day also said you will pay for engaging in those heinous acts of violence. You have no one to blame at this point other than yourself. If you're triggered in the comment section, you should be, because it's an embarrassment that we have to actually say this to you day in and day out and explain to you how your special behinds keep getting caught up. Do you understand? Listen, Mag, I'm being sincere. Do you understand you're in a circus? All right, Donald Trump is the biggest clown on the face of the earth. And you know I'm telling the truth. Because guess what? We all see it. He paints himself orange every day. Isn't that what a clown does? Puts on his little wig, all right, that little bird's nest, right? Puts on that little diaper and that same crumpled suit. It really does look like a clown suit when you let your imagination do what it does, right? And gets onto his social media platform and gives you all your daily dose of orders. These are the tricks I need you to perform today in the circus. This is what he tells you supporters. And you lap it up like some thirsty dogs, right? Thank you, Donald Trump. I needed that next order from you. Y'all are y'all some real special folks out there. And this is why we do what we do, ladies and gentlemen, because we know they don't even know any better at this point. They're so far gone. You're so far gone. You're so far down the drain with Donald Trump. You're so deep and invested in it that the only thing that you can really do to actually see this is to come talk to Zeus, all right? Listen up, MAGA. You're not winning. You're losing real bad. You look embarrassing out here to a lot of Americans and a lot of folks all across this country. They can't understand. What makes you think wearing those hats, what makes you think when you wear that hat, it makes you stronger somehow? It doesn't. The hat proves to everyone looking that you're in the circus. How much money do you think your clown needs in order to actually do what he's supposed to do in that circus? How much money does he really need? You sent him everything you had. Like I said, all right, ladies and gentlemen, listen, it's time to open up those boxes and hear from those of you. That concludes my monologue, right? It's time to open up those boxes and hear from those of you who are actually brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth and shame the devil, all right? You know how we do this, all right? If you believe that I said something inaccurate, right? You're one of those conservative men out there. Please feel free to come in, but make sure you control that MAGA demon, all right? Because I won't allow you to be a victim on this side of town. You can go do that over there in those fake TikTok host lives where those fake TikTok lawyers are, but not over here. You're not allowed to be a victim. I'm all about accountability today, all right? Let's move it. Let's get this going, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Okay, let's see. All right, are my comments still there? Oh, look at that. The comments are still there. All right. Feels good to be back on the main. All righty then. All right, good morning. Let's see. Morning, April. How are you doing?
I'm good, Zeus. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I'm back on my main. All right, and I'm
I
feeling good.
know. I'm happy for you. I know what it
Thank you.
feels like.
Yeah. Yes, you know it, right? You totally understand.
Oh yeah. So this is going to all men that are listening.
Talk to them.
Either you're for women or you're against women. The Republicans have declared war on women. Bottom line, they started with the affirmative action stuff, education. Now they've went to our bodily autonomy. They go as far as to reach back to 1864,
Wow.
before women even had a right to vote. This is actually war, y'all.
Yep.
You keep claiming civil. You have pissed off women.
Tell them, April.
You just do not understand. This isn't a right of. This isn't an abortion issue. This is women's rights.
Thank you.
And until you see that, that they are stripping women away from every right they have. We've heard politicians saying women, it was better before we were allowed to vote. This is, I'm just sick. And you back a man that backs all of this stuff up.
Yep.
When you support this man that essays women, that degrades women, that talks about, and you're in support of that, what kind of man are you? What kind of man are you?
A sick one. Sick one. You there, April?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had a text real fast.
Okay.
Um, it's just it's disgusting, Zeus.
Yeah.
What have we come to that we want to strip away? Ah,
Oh, well, you're delivering that truth, and there's a lot of distractions. Oh, April. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm assuming she had to take a very important phone call. All right, ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving the beautiful April a round of applause. Yes, I'm back on my main account. Thank you, April. Yeah, like I said, we're gonna start calling it what it is. I don't know if you're coming back, April. I don't know if you're coming. Oh, there you are. There you are. Okay, there you are. Yeah. We're talking about the conservative men out there. All right, who think we don't see them for what they are. A bunch of control freaks.
so you're either with us or against us, whether you be Democrats or Republican. This
Exactly.
is women, the mothers, the sisters, the aunts, the grandmothers, the children, the daughters. It's you've got to do something. Quit being just all these misogynistic men, and we see these young men coming up, Zeus, and it scares the hell out of me
Yep.
that they come in and they talk about that women shouldn't have the right to vote.
They say it proudly now. Isn't that something?
It's there's something happening.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to take down first. We're gonna take down Trump. Then we're gonna take care of all these incel men: Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro,
Mm-hmm.
Nick Fuentes.
Yep.
We've got to do this because they're destroying. They're trying to destroy women. They
Yep. Well,
absolutely are, and this is a scary time. And if we don't all do something about this, absolutely the country will fall. You
yeah.
destroy the women,
Yep.
you're going to lose your country.
Yep. These folks act like they don't got mothers. They act like they don't got grandmothers, and they get out here and they take on a position of a tyrant, as if they would be perfectly okay if the things that they are doing, they would be okay with someone doing that to their mothers and their grandmothers and their aunts and stuff like that, right? This is why I say they don't
It's sick.
understand.
It's sick. And then you have these women that are in support of Trump, allowing them. I mean, it's don't do it because you're for Republic. Stand with your fellow woman
Thank you.
and saying don't take rights. What's the next step?
Yeah.
Women's gonna have to stay home. They're not allowed to work. They're not gonna.
Yep.
I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but that's what footing we're starting on.
Tell them,
It's
April.
it's scary, Zeus.
Tell them, April, but
And
you're right, and thank you. I'm glad that you're helping to get that message out for all women out there. Really, it's very important that you are heard and we men do our part.
that's it. And thank you to all men that are about that support us
You're
and are
oh, listen,
pushing for the rights of for
absolutely,
everyone, for
absolutely.
everyone.
That's what
Okay,
it's about.
you have a great day, sweetie.
All right, you too. Are you going live later, April?
Yeah, it'll probably be around 3 or 4.
3 or 4? What is that? What time? Eastern time?
Oh yeah, Eastern. You
You
know
gotta
I'm
make
in
sure.
North
I
Carolina.
know, but other.
I'm at Tar Heel time.
Listen, I know you gotta let the viewers know, because I want to make sure they go and follow you if they don't know. There might be people here who don't know, but I know. All right.
All right, have a good one, Zeus.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give the beautiful April a round of applause. And we're getting the truth out there, because all of these conservative men in my comment section, they're losing their rabbit minds. Zeus, how could you? That's what they're saying to me. Zeus, how could you? They think I'm, betraying them by saying this. I'm actually helping you men out. I know you're all a bunch of incels. If you are married and you like to say you're happily married, you're not. You're not happily married. I've seen you on TikTok. You spend hours on hours on hours on TikTok, all in the DMs of these women. All right, I know you, okay? Because see, it take a crook to catch a crook, right? It takes a crook to catch a crook, all right? Oh, let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, who do we got next? Oh, my good friend, the beautiful Ange. Let's go.
Good morning. My favorite topic.
All right, how are you doing, Ange?
I'm okay. So, you conservative men, listen up. Listen up good. I've lived through you. 25 years ago, I left one of you pieces of crap. I left you. DV as well. You are controlling. I was told how to wear my hair, what color nail polish I could wear. I wasn't allowed to wear lipstick. I see you, and you are out here, and you disgust me, especially when you want to come in and play savior. Right? You want to play savior to somebody on your side, right? That's what you want to do. But meanwhile, come in my lives, go in April lives, all of us women out here that are hosting them and talk down on us, pick on our looks, pick on our age, anything you can find. That's what you do. But then you want to go in. I see you last night. I saw you going in and trying to play savior, you piece of crap. I saw you. I won't say your name because they'll come for me again, Zeus. They've come for me before. They've held lives about me. They come for me. I saw that. That person, that last night, that whole group of people trying to play savior. Yeah, you've held lives about me and trashed everything about me. So don't come up in here and play this BS with us because I see you.
Yep.
I've lived through you. I've survived you. And that person that I was married to this day, Zeus, he will call my daughter, who he had nothing to do with because she didn't have anything in common with him because he's selfish. He'll call her drunk, Zeus, in the night. He calls her and tries to argue politics with her. 11, 12 o'clock. She's got two kids to take care of. What the hell's wrong with you? And they're all like this. You are all like this. And this is why we are out here, us blueberry crushers. That's because you want to, you got your big trucks. What are you trying to do? What are you trying to compensate for? We know what it is. Oh. You small, you know what? Small DE. That's all you are. I see you. And you'll probably report me even though I'm not using the name. But that's what you are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I go off, Zeus, but I lived this. And that person hasn't changed. And on January 6th, my ex-husband, piece of crap, who is a veteran, said he wanted to buy every single one of those rioters a beer. I want to buy them a beer. That's what he said. You know what kind of beer he'd probably buy that loser piece of crap because he's an idiot? Probably a good old Natty Light. That's what he'd buy them. I'll serve you up a Natty Light in your lazy boy recliner as you eat your Big Mac. That's what you are.
I'm not laughing, but that is funny to see this guy in a recliner with a Natty Light. Sick individual.
I'm sorry. That's what they are. That's what I see. I'm sorry. And I just want to do a quick shout out. Today is Mr. Ange's birthday.
Oh.
And Mr. Ange came along, and he's a wonderful man. He's Asian American man.
Okay.
And you want to hear what my ex-husband, when I had my two younger kids, he said a slur about them. He said a slur about them. He said to my older kids, he said, "Oh, you're going to have younger blanks." You know the word they use for Asian.
Wow. Yep. So much for them being Christians and God-fearing.
And he is too. But he said slurs about his biological kids' younger siblings.
Wow.
Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Disgusting. You conservative men need to figure it out and get your mind and your souls right.
That's right. I heard my bell, but I saw last night.
Mr. Ange, happy birthday, all right? I didn't get to sneak that in, but yes, tell Mr. Ange I said happy birthday.
Wonderful man. Came in and raised those kids. My oldest daughter, she said, "Mom, I would have daddy issues if it wasn't for Mr. Ange."
Wow.
That's that kind of
real
man. He is. A real man, a real Democrat man that doesn't tell me how to wear my hair, what color my nails can be. He pays for it. That's what he does. Bidenomics has helped him pay for it. You do what you want, Ange. You do what you want. Anyway, I heard my bell. Conservative men, don't play savior. I see you.
Thank you.
Don't go into April's lives and attack her and all of us female hosts and attack
Thank
her
you.
and then play savior. Get the hell out of here with that crap.
Thank you.
All right. Gloves are off
You're going.
today. Sorry.
Are you going live though, Ange?
Oh, I was on this morning, Zeus. It was exciting. I had Thomas the villain, and he really he really put those conservative men in their place this morning. It was fun. So I
love it.
If April's going on, I probably won't. So anyway, all right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Ange a round of applause. Please.
Why can't I disconnect? Can you disconnect me? This is weird.
Yes, I can.
I don't know if it's a glitch, but anyway.
I don't know, but I definitely got you. All right, got you, Ange. Thank you so much. All right, moving right along. All right, who do we got next? Oh my gosh, my good friend, brother attacking. Oh, by the way, greetings. I saw you. You went and hung out with Michael Cohen attacking. Congratulations.
Ain't that kind of cool? Hold on, let me fix my Bluetooth.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Attacking was he was live with Michael Cohen yesterday, and actually you got Michael Cohen to make sure that he talked to you, and you didn't have to turn on your camera. Oh my goodness!
Nope. Go right. Hey, I listened to you and Shay and Z-Pack talking to the Russian douchebag bears.
The Russian bears.
I apologize. The Russian bears.
Yes.
And you guys were talking about the Arizona thing.
Yes.
If those ignorant people, how come they forget Kate Cox tried to get her abortion legally, going to the system. And what did the system do?
What's that?
Said no. She had to leave the state of Texas.
Right.
Arizona, who just passed this law, they were defending it, saying, no, doctors aren't going to be prosecuted if they give somebody a abortion. No, you're wrong. You were talking about, you and Shay and Zach, Z-Pack were talking about it.
Yeah.
So they think just because it says there are guidelines or whatever it might be for it to happen, that doesn't mean they're going to follow through with it.
Bingo. And that hurts too.
Even though the governor says she's not going to prosecute anybody, that doesn't mean they're not going to try, the attorney generals or whatever else, try to put a doctor in jail. Remember the young little girl, I think it was Ohio or Iowa or something like that?
Yep.
Where she had to leave the state. She was 10 years old. She was impregnated.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And she had to leave the state because they wouldn't let her, thank you, Ohio, they wouldn't let her have an abortion? The thing is this. These ignorant fake Christians, I'm sorry.
They are.
You're a fake lying Christian. You know what you support, you fake lying Christian? You support a P3DO.
Wow.
You do.
Wow.
You have to lie about Joe Biden, and you support a guy who's been held liable, who has literally said things on audio tape that he has done things to women and has walked into dressing rooms of naked underage teens, and you say he didn't do it. But yet you make stuff up about Joe Biden. Why?
Yep.
You say he's sniffing their hair in front of an audience, in front of TV cameras, in front of the family. You're saying he's literally being a P3DO because his hands are on their shoulders, whispering something in their ear. Now, if you were to say that he's, invading personal space, being too friendly, yeah, we would all agree.
Yeah.
He's one of those uncles and aunts that are just too clingy. And he addressed it. But no, you fake Christians have to lie and say that he did something. Oh, and by the way, your special sphincter girl, Jedi, Forrest Gump's girlfriend, Jedi, she said,
the one with jungle fever. She has jungle fever for Zeus.
She says that she's part of 5-0. She makes these comments. Now I guess she's some badass MMA fighter because she says that, You guys don't know me. I could take down a man. I'm so tough. Blah blah blah. So you better watch out. You better watch out.
No. Only thing she's gonna take down is maybe a cheeseburger and a Diet Coke. That's about it.
Yeah,
Cut it out,
but
J-Bear.
in that conversation you guys were having yesterday, and she's made a whole bunch of stupid comments. All of a sudden, now she's a big badass MMA fighter like Ronda Rowdy.
No.
It's kind of funny.
No. I want her to stick to being a Christian, all right, and work on that. Don't try to do all that other stuff, J Bear. If you're listening, I know you're listening. I mean, come on, you got jungle fever. You're probably in here,
Exactly. She's
listening.
Yeah. And I own my stuff. I don't give a damn what she says. But the thing is this: you're a hypocrite. You're a liar. You support Donald Trump, even knowing that he did something. If you've ever worked in the legal system, you're 5-0. And you ignore the facts of what somebody is literally saying that he does and likes to do, and you ignore his truth and honesty, he's his own bad witness.
Thank you.
So stop it.
Stop it.
Quit being a hypocrite.
Tell him attacking.
I mean, this guy here is nothing but a criminal in one way, shape, or form. I don't care if he goes to jail. Hold him accountable. But for you people to just wipe his butt with your tongues every time he goes to the bathroom? Oh my God.
Disgusting attack.
Get some breath mint and some dental floss.
Fair enough. All right. Well, listen.
All right, I'm done.
Thank you, brother, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Brother Attacking a round of applause. See what happened, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're wondering why the energy in the room is the way that it is. Yesterday, we went into a nasty little space on this app. We went into the host Day. He's great. All right. He lets people really get it out. And what these folks did to us, because we simply told the truth, was downright disturbing and disgusting. The one thing, and I don't like to really get too worked up, but it really did bother me, and Ange spoke on it, is you have conservative men out here trying to put on these capes. They put on these capes. Thank you, Jessica. They put on these capes, and they try to portray themselves as superheroes. Hey, I'm here to protect Zeus. I don't even agree with this woman, but I got to step in and, protect her. That's how they act when I'm around. They got to protect women. But when I'm not around, we see them attacking women left and right, supporting Donald Trump, who always is attacking women. Look at what Donald Trump did to E. Jean Carroll, right? Even after the court basically told him to stop, they penalized him, he still religiously attacks her. And then when I said, what do you got to say about that? Oh, that's Donald Trump. Then the same individual, one of his own, engaged in racist rhetoric. This is the same person that likes to put on the cape. Well, you see your friend being a racist, right? Oh, that's okay. That's man on man. I'm here to protect the women. You're not a protector, and they don't need you to save them from a thing. What you really need to do is get your special behind in this live right now and listen to this special broadcast. You just might learn something. You got that nasty MAGA demon, and we talking about it. All right, let's bring up our next panelist, my good friend, Shay, the beautiful Shay. How are you doing, Shay?
Hey, I'm good.
They're worked up, Shay. They're worked up today. Can't you see?
Boy, are they ever worked up today?
Yeah, yeah.
It is something. Yeah. So sorry.
Oh, looking good, the beautiful Shay. Gorgeous. You're looking gorgeous.
It's a mess. But anyway, thank you. Yeah, we had huge thunderstorms here in Houston, so
okay.
It's a little humid this morning, but it is what it is. I gotta run off to work. My poor boss, we're a pair. I tell you, she fell and broke her collarbone.
Oh,
and
no.
So I had just returned back to work due to my broken leg in December last week, bless her heart. And I show up to work and she's got that, stabilizer.
Wow.
And she texted me last night and says, is there any way you can work extra? Because I went to the ortho, it's gotten worse, and now I have to have surgery tomorrow morning. So she's in surgery. So anybody believes in prayers and good.
All right, we're praying
her
for
name's
your
Jenny.
boss.
Just put her in your thoughts.
Jenny, we're sending prayers your way, Jenny, and we do hope you get a speedy recovery. Seriously, that pain is no joke.
No, I feel for her. I've been in her situation. The only thing I told her, I said, because you're having surgery, you're going to heal faster. It's a good thing.
All right, Cece.
So
Yes.
anyway, so she'll have a little bit faster quality of life due to the surgery.
Silence, Joel. Listen, all you conservative men, please stop spamming the chat and just listen. You don't know anything. All right, sorry, Shay. They're acting up.
Exactly. What's hilarious, Retribution? I hope you're not laughing about my boss. My goodness. Anyway, so yeah, that live was interesting as usual. We were in there battling it out as usual.
Absolutely.
And we're warning them, and they just don't get it. They didn't even hear about the Arizona decision. And even Steve Bannon said, we're done. We just lost this election.
Bingo.
Yeah, Steve Bannon. Anybody know who he is? Yeah, and hands down. And then the other thing I'm seeing too is that, and then they just don't get it. They're like, well, not everybody's a one issue voter. That's not really being a one issue voter. It's absolutely recognizing what the right is trying to do.
Right.
Because to go after women's rights, they're going to go after all kinds of rights. That's what they're trying to do. And if you're gay and married, if you're trans seeking, HRT, if you're anything, you're disabled, then you need more whatever. I mean, it's veterans. It doesn't matter. It is when they can absolutely take away the rights of people, they'll go after. Nobody is safe because it's all about control. They know you're going to lose these elections time and time and time again because women are huge at voting over men, especially black women.
Amen.
They know that the youth is more progressive than conservative, so they know that generations after generations are going to get more and more progressive. So what do they have to do? The only way that they can ever be in power or get into power is to seize power.
Ooh. Cheating.
That's what's going on. I used to be conservative. I know what's going on. It's absolutely desperate, right?
Yep. No lies detected.
Right? Hold on, let me turn off my thing real quick.
Yes. See, what we're doing is educating the American folks out here about the truth, all right? And it isn't, like April said, it's a war on women right now. These conservative men are losing it.
No, they are. They're losing it because the census in 2022, I think it was. The census comes out every 10 years, I believe it is. For the first time, Caucasians have dropped to 55%. It's the first time Caucasian numbers have dropped.
Wow.
That's why they started pushing this replacement theory. That's why the stupid narrative of the immigrants crossing the border are going to be voting. You can't vote unless you're an American citizen. That's a fact. And it takes eons to become an American citizen in this country.
Exactly.
At least at minimum 8 years. And that's if you have money. So
tell them, Shay.
It's like at least $15,000. I mean, it's a very lengthy, long process. So that's not going to happen. So it's just really sad when you see all what they're doing, and it's just mass desperation. And just watch when we start Monday, or the first criminal trial of Donald J. Trump. Y'all, I'm telling you, gird your loins.
Yeah. Tell them.
Trumpers, gird your loins.
Attacking. Yeah.
Because they are going to be so angry, and I'm telling you, even Ari Melber had on Michael Avenatti last night, right?
Yeah.
Y'all remember Michael Avenatti, right? The lawyer for Stormy Daniels, and he stole her
Truth
money.
be told, you're scared. I can see it how you're texting. Truth be told, you're really scared. I can see it. Don't say it. You're not, please. And you too, Retribution, you liar.
Oh my God! And it's hilarious. Michael Avenatti said, "Oh yeah, he's going to get convicted."
Yeah, if everybody went to prison, he's going to go. Yeah. Alan Weisselberg, he had to go to prison, right? Why doesn't Trump? Didn't Michael Cohen go to prison? Yeah, Michael Cohen went to prison. Everyone's going to go. Trump's not. He's not getting a pass. Cut it out.
76-year-old Alan Weisselberg just got sent back to prison for 5 months for again lying for Donald Trump.
Yep, ultimate MAGA reward. I agree. Well, listen, Shay, I gotta move it along.
I know. All right, my friend. Thanks for battling it out.
You're welcome. All right, you too. All right, and keep up the great work and good luck at work today. All right, and tell your friend Jenny. Send our prayers to Jenny. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. All right, love you as well. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is a show of force. All across this country, we are rejecting the MAGA ideology, and that includes the so-called Republican conservative men out there, all right? Good morning, Takesha. I see you, Lex. All right, good morning, Takesha. How are you doing, Takesha?
Hey, Zeus, how are you?
I'm all right. Just another day in the kingdom, tending to the affairs.
Listen, those Republican men are the men that hump their wives at night and tell them when they can moan or move, and the women comply. That's why we got conservative women still voting for Trump, because they're so obedient to their husbands.
That's nasty.
I said obedient to their husbands. I'm gonna say it again. Obedient to their husbands.
But they spend all day on TikTok, some of them.
Well, because their husbands are at work groping their secretaries, and they're coming home by the time they're wishing their wives was asleep, so they won't have to deal with them. So TikTok is their babysitter. TikTok is the husband's babysitter, but TikTok is the wife's get-off getter.
Oh, that's deep.
I'm trying to tell you, Zeus.
Thank you for
listening to you. They're moaning, they're groaning, and the next thing you know, they feel like they've wet themselves. That's what's going on, Zeus.
You hear that, conservative men? There's no love where you're at. It's all here. All right, they're over here fascinating over Zeus, obsessing over Zeus. Tell them, Takesha.
So you know I got a song today.
Oh, you got a nice little treat for us, huh?
I got a song today.
Oh, I would love to hear it.
Okay. You ready, Zeus?
Absolutely.
Thank you for being a friend. Do-do-do-do. That's what Trump used to reel y'all in. He said, I love you, and you fell to your knees again. And if he threw a party, he'd invite everyone but you. You would go to Mar-a-Lago to the shindig, and Trump would tell security, don't let those poor people in. All right. Yeah.
You got a gift, Takesha. The way you can take those old classics and bring them all the way to 2024 like that and make them so relevant. I love it. I mean, thank you. I really do. I really do appreciate it. All right, because there's some truth in that, and they know it.
I just love making songs about the Meganites. Every day I think about them, Zeus. I just have songs for the Meganites.
Yeah. It writes itself.
You can embarrass them on every level, Zeus. And so every time I think about a song, I say, you know what? I can get the Meganites with this.
Boom!
And so that's what I do, Zeus.
Yeah.
It only takes a hot second to think about how I want to make the tune go.
It's that easy. It's that easy? It's that easy for you? They give you so much free content, don't they?
It is so easy to talk about the Meganites.
Yeah. Tell them they draw. Listen, they tore their draws, and we all can see it, right?
Listen, butts hanging out like this. Zeus. They can't even afford draws, so their butts are hanging out like best friends at a bar. Hanging out like best friends at a bar.
Yeah. Tell them. All right.
Well,
listen.
I'm going to let you move on.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Takesha. All right. AJ, I seen a comment out there, AJ.
Was it about me?
That's what I'm trying to make sure we get
clarification.
What was the
comment, so please let me catch it while I'm
Okay. I saw her. She said, let me see what I read. It said, that's because, she says, Trump keeps y'all in views. And she says, what else did she say? Wait a second. She said something about, because that's all you think about. Lives rent-free in your head. I'm trying to figure out what AJ is trying to get at. AJ, is there something you want to say to Zeus? You want to say it to me or Takesha? AJ, you want to come on up here and talk to us real quick?
Says you are Section 8.
See, there they didn't.
Is that what was said, Zeus?
That was one of them.
Section 8. Wow. Oh wow. I'm in Section 8 and they're in Section Ass. But that's what they are.
Woo!
I don't live on Section 8. But if I could pay the rent that people pay on Section 8, do you think I wouldn't do it? You think Section 8 is an embarrassment as long as somebody got somewhere to live?
Why'd you get her started? Why'd
You
you
people
get her
are on
started?
Section 8.
I told you.
And you're ugly. And you're poor. And you're sending Trump all your money, and all he's sending you is a ticket straight to jail. Leave me alone.
Tell him,
I don't
Takesha.
get Section 8, but if I could, I would. I'm not afraid to get on anything that's going to help me get a little further in life.
Right.
My rent is $1,000 a month. That's not Section 8.
Tell him, Takesha.
Idiots.
I told y'all, don't get Takesha activated.
I don't know why they do that. Every time a black person in the box, they want to bring up the system that they robbing Peter to pay Paul, because that's what they own. Crazy folks.
Liars.
Tell
them, Takesha.
Deniers.
Oh.
Humping the liars.
All right. Well, listen, thank you, Takesha. All right, we're going to move it to the next one. I got to get up out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Takesha. All right. Let's move it along, ladies and gentlemen. Who do we got? I was looking for you, AJ. Please, AJ, send Zeus a guest request, because what I want to make sure is I address your concerns. I really do want to hear from you. All right. Hey, good morning, Brother Lex. Hey, how are you doing?
So, I saw that snarky comment about Takesha there about the Section 8 thing.
Yeah.
And why do they like to attack black women like that?
Because I don't have any answers about why they are so evil.
Well, I'm going to say something. You know, if you are a woman and you are on here and you're watching this right now, they have completely attacked all of you. They want you to not be able to vote. They want you to have nothing. They want you to be back in the house making babies and cooking dinner, and you better have it done when they get home. They want you to do things that you don't want to do. They are these men, these incel, I call them CGMP men. They have CGMP syndrome. Can't get no syndrome.
Oh.
So what they do is I was in your space last night.
Yeah.
And I found it pathetic, the trash that they were talking, and the lies. I was sitting there taking notes and looking at the lies they were telling, and then they started making these comments to you about your recording, and your music stuff.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Nasty.
And they were like, who was that guy, the Russian, whatever the hell the guy
Ruski,
is.
or...
He was like, how many records have you sold, Zeus? I was getting ready to hit the request button so he could ask me that shit. So, excuse me. But no, these people...
Don't get Lex activated.
No, sorry. I'm cussing right now because they got me mad. This women thing has got me angry because they're trying to take all your rights, and you are still standing next to them while they're doing it and cheering them on.
Yeah, the women are.
Hold on. You know what?
Go ahead, get them, brother. These folks don't understand. They didn't.
Donald Trump still broke. He's still broke. He ain't got no hope. He's gonna be in the poke. He is a joke. Snuggles jokes. Janae, I don't know. I think she's woke. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think she wants Zeus. And that's what she gonna do. Is broke. Brokety broke. Brokety broke. Come on now. Okay. So I did my country thing yesterday.
Hey, that's a hit record right there for you, MAGA demons.
You know something? I actually have to go have a meeting with
all right.
the administration of a college here in about 20 minutes.
Okay, all right.
So I gotta go do the doctor crap. So I've got to be
right.
serious. But did my bell ring yet?
You got 2 seconds.
Hey! I feel like I won something.
Yes,
all right,
yes.
Everybody. Listen,
all right.
Be resolute in what you do. Don't allow some man next to you to tell you what you are or who you can be.
Amen. Amen. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I love everybody.
All right, love you too, ladies and gentlemen.
Actually, not everybody. There's some snuggles. Nah, I'm good.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Brother Lex a round of applause. No lies detected. Oh, okay, I got you, champ. I got you. All right. Oh my goodness. All right. Good morning, Cece. How are you doing, Cece? How are you doing? The beautiful Cece, ladies and gentlemen. Where's AJ? Has AJ left the building?
Well, I muted him for a few minutes, so I've had enough of his mouth.
Don't. Okay, maybe a minute.
Just for a few minutes. That was it. He should be back up here.
Okay, I thought AJ was a woman based on the profile picture, but I could be wrong. All right.
Zeus?
Yes.
You're so handsome.
Thank you.
You're so adorable.
Thank you. I really do try.
You're so smart and talented.
I try. I really do.
And I got news for you.
All right.
I want to use bad words today.
Don't
I'm not.
Okay.
I respect you and your life and your mother. I would not do that.
Thank you.
But after you left that live and how they were dogging you and dogging Greg, losers. They're losers. And I had an experience. I had an experience last night, and I hope that I can contain.
It's okay. Go ahead, Cece. Get it out.
So my niece, who I love and adore, she has been a Trump fan all of this time. And we had a conversation last night, and it got into politics, which I don't like to do. I don't speak to my brother, and he's a Christian man, but has beliefs in Donald Trump. And one thing I don't do with him, and that's bring up politics, but he did. And everything that I said to him, he laughed at and would call me, you're so simple, you're so dumb. And I ended it with, I love you, but I can't do this. So I haven't spoken to him in a while. So last night I spoke to my niece, and we got into politics. And yes, she still is voting for Donald Trump. And I asked her, name me policies. Name me some policies that he has done for you. She says, hold on and let me look. I said, oh no. No. If he has made these great policies for you, you should be able to name them off, just like I can name off what Biden has done for us. She laughed in my face. She laughed in my face. A woman that votes for him does not protect a woman.
Don't.
And I hope and pray to God.
Tell him, Cece.
She never has to go through, because she has 2 daughters. And I hope and pray to God up above that she never has to go through some of the things that so many women have been through.
Tell him, Cece. Tell him.
As well as myself.
Yeah.
3 uncles. My daughter was dragged into the woods some years back at gunpoint. She was great. So if she became pregnant by that piece of crap, was she supposed to keep it? Is that your belief? And then and I was talking about the infrastructure, and then she started talking about bridges collapsing and how this Baltimore bridge, well, I lost it. Wow. I truly lost it, and I can't talk to her anymore, Zeus. I just can't.
Wow.
It breaks my heart. But a vote for him is not supporting a woman. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about women.
Wow.
He doesn't care about any of us. Any of us.
He doesn't. Wow.
So,
I'm so sorry, Cece.
I've never been, even with my brother, I didn't get upset over it.
But this is your niece.
This hurt me bad to the core. It hurt me bad. And
it is. I feel the pain, CC, but we're gonna have to keep up the good fight, and hopefully your niece will wake up and smell the roses one day. All
I don't
right?
think so. I don't think so, Zeus.
It's
She was at one point part of Q. So that tells you something. And it's heartbreaking. Yeah. Yep. Yep.
well, we're gonna still keep the prayers going her way, CC, regardless, because she's close to you. All right, prayer does work. All right, and maybe there's a chance that she might actually catch a whiff of the truth and come out of that nasty cult, that MAGA cult. But I understand she's possessed with the MAGA demon. I've never met her before, but I do hope that somehow there is a breakthrough. All right, and she's able to see the world as it is, not as the way the conservative men continue to try to make it look. All right.
I hope so, Zeus. I
All
love her
right, and
so
keep up the
much.
good work. Keep up the good work, and don't lose. Keep up the faith. All right, and don't give up on the fight. All right, we got to get out here and get the truth to as many people as we can to stop that syndrome right there from spreading any further than it already has. All right.
Yes, you're right. Thank you so much. And
You're
yes,
welcome.
I'm very passionate about this. And
Mm-hmm.
yes, I do get upset, but I can't
It's
help
okay.
it.
It's okay. It's okay. You're a human being. This is normal. All right. We all have emotions, and how we process things. That's just how it goes. I get it. All right.
I appreciate you giving
You're,
me a voice and giving so many of us a
oh
voice.
well, it's not me. I'm just here, but I appreciate you and everyone else being a part of this experience with me. I really do. Okay, CC.
All right, honey, I love you. You
All
take
right,
care.
love you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful CC a round of applause. Real stories from real Americans that are being shared out so that folks all across this country who are tuned in and listening can actually see just how harmful Donald Trump and his supporters really are. I mean, January 6th, that's something we all can actually look at and reference. But if you look at what's happening in the shadows all across this country, it's stories like that that really tug at the hearts and souls and minds of many of us out here. And I believe it's going to be very instrumental in making sure we send Donald Trump and MAGA a profound and resounding no in November. All right, I really do mean that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it along. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna squeeze you in here, brother Nutty. Good morning, Nutty Professor.
Good morning. Good morning. Man, these comments, they are triggered today. Look at all these strong women that you've brought up in your box today.
Yeah.
Your comment section is off the chain this morning.
Really? Really? I haven't been able
Comment
to keep
section
up.
is off the chain. I mean, you started with April, Ange, Takesha. I mean, they are triggered by these strong women who come in here and have an opinion on their own.
Yeah.
I
Exactly.
cannot understand it. And then you followed by attacking. I'm reading attacking. I hear now proclaim that your new name is the king of memes. Attacking is the king of memes.
Yeah.
So anyway, let me be quick because I know your time is spent. Carrie Lake, it's like just 2 years ago, she was praising this 1864 law.
Right.
And now she wants to be like she doesn't agree with the Supreme Court, with the state Supreme Court effectively upholding it. So she's done a flip flop like Donald Trump. But here's something interesting. Did she finally concede that Carrie Hobbs is the governor of Arizona? Because when she came out, she said she urged Katie Hobbs and the legislature to do something that Arizonians could live by.
Yeah.
So if she's urging Katie Hobbs, is that a concession that Katie Hobbs is the governor? Because she hasn't conceded, just like Donald Trump hasn't conceded.
Oh, see how that goes? See how that goes?
He hasn't conceded.
Wow.
Also,
I got to keep that in mind. See?
Go watch her little interview. She's calling on Katie Hobbs to do and the legislature to do something that Arizonians can live by.
Yeah.
So did y'all know all Americans are you all own a home? Did y'all know that?
Oh, we do.
You are a landlord.
Oh.
Every single American, whether you vote or not, but you should be voting, every single American is a landlord. Your address that you own is 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue in Washington, D.C.
Oh.
And guess what happened in 2020?
Talk.
We evicted Donald Trump from the White House.
Tell him, Nutty. Tell him we evicted him. Let's go.
He got evicted. Now, when you evict a tenant from your home, does that tenant stand a chance in hell of coming back to that said home?
Absolutely not.
Then why in the world are we entertaining the thought of Donald Trump re-entering 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue? The devil is a lie. He got evicted, and we're not letting him back in.
Absolutely.
I need y'all to understand the gravity of what we're talking about. Because looking in these comments, and we're talking about MAGA men this morning.
Yep.
Y'all are making everything that these women have said, y'all making it true. Y'all making it true just by y'all comments. Because we see you. We see how triggered you are when a woman speaks.
Amen.
We see how triggered you are.
Ain't that something?
I see the nasty comments that you had about Takesha. Wow. Being on Section 8 and food stamps. And you know what? I agree with her. Anything that can make any American progress a little bit more, what's the shame in it?
They just hating. They some haters. They mad they can't do what she do. That's what it is.
Listen, I wish I could do what she can do.
Me too.
Because she can make it up right off the cuff.
Huh.
You're jealous. You're jealous.
Insecure.
You're jealous. And like Lex said, you just can't get none.
Oh.
And we're gonna keep it clean. But we already know what you just can't get none. That's why you're coming after women's rights. Because in the off chance y'all actually do get somebody pregnant, you want to keep them pregnant just so they can have that child, because not enough of y'all are getting any.
Oh, Nutty, that's a low blow. That's
no.
blow,
This is not dark, Nutty. This is not dark, Nutty, because I can go even lower. Because listen, I love Michelle Obama, but when she said when they go low, we go high.
Right.
No, Madam former First Lady, I disagree with you. When they go low, we're gonna take them to the pit of hell.
Oh, Nutty!
Because this is sickening.
Yep, it is.
You don't have to agree with abortion. You don't have to agree with anything. But to tell people what they can and cannot do with their own person is disgusting. If the governor of Arizona, Katie Hobbs, if the governor of Michigan, Gretchen Whitmer, if y'all are listening, in the off chance y'all are listening, no, this is to Gretchen Whitmer, because she has a Democratic majority in her state now.
Yeah.
All right. I need y'all to pass a law out of I can't even get my words straight, making it illegal for men to get Viagra and Cialis.
Oh, you going there, Nutty?
Yeah,
let's go there. They need that.
Let's go there. Make a law outlawing Viagra and Cialis, and let's see how the men in Michigan, they're going to be flocking to other states. Ooh, let me get some of this, because I'm 90 years old and I need to get this 20-year-old woman because I can't get it up any other way. We got to get this. Let's go get some.
Oh.
And they're going to be complaining about, you can't tell me what I can do. Oh, if they can't tell you what you can do, you can't tell her what she can do with her body.
Amen.
It works both ways.
Amen. Tell them.
I heard my bell. Kick me out of here because I can't get out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Nutty. No lies detected. All right, we're going to try to cruise through some more panelists, ladies and gentlemen. This is a show of force this morning. All right, good morning, Jess. How are you?
Oh, man. So I just want to say Freud would have a field day with MAGA if he was still alive today, because Freud's theory just suggests, like in the simplest terms, that human behavior is influenced by unconscious memories, thoughts, and urges. And we all say every time we hear a MAGA demon, they are literally just regurgitating what he says. When we hear Trump talk, he says what they feel. Even a Trump supporter that says, "Oh, I'm not MAGA, I'm not crazy like that, blah, blah, blah." Well, why exactly are you voting for him? Because even the most respectable MAGA I have spoken to and have showed the videos of him making nasty jokes about his daughter, they find a way to either dismiss it or justify it or brush it off and like pivot somewhere else.
Yep. They don't want to acknowledge what Donald Trump really does. This is why I'm calling them to the carpet this morning, right? These conservative men get out here and try to pretend like they care about women, but ignore what Donald Trump does. Like we
They
don't
do
see
not care about women. They are misogynist, they're racist, they're hypocrites. They are the most vile people. When I hear Retribution say in a comment section, when RC Dubs showed him say nasty, misogynistic things, I like him more now. You're disgusting and you shouldn't be on this app. And I have very serious questions about all of your interactions with women during your whole entire life. Because I the little boy who pressured that girl saying, "Oh, well, come on, please. Come on, please. Come on, please." You know, badgering a woman is a form of sexual assault because you can't get it unless you beg. Freaking clown. All of you are nasty. I saw that live yesterday. Lion Lou, you nasty human being. You nasty human being. You don't care about women. It's so funny that all of you guys care about women when it fits your narrative. But if it doesn't, she's a nasty liar. She's a piece of garbage, right? But if it's someone that you like, that says something that is on your side, that fits your narrative, you're gonna go to bat for her, right?
Isn't that
because
funny?
she's sucking Donald J. Trump's dingaling just like you do.
Woo! That was close, Jess. That was close.
Ooh, they are so foul. Yesterday got me hot. I got a whole screen recording. Why didn't I get in the box? Because I know all you guys just do is scream and yell, Pyro Joe. You're nasty too. And Gator Vet, I remember you from last year when you said our country as Americans need another assault on our country like 9/11, you sick mother bleeper. I swear you guys are nasty, foul people. Go away, Dos Vidania.
Oh.
Go to Russia, you freaking puppets.
Oh, wow. Number one, Jess. Let's go ahead.
All
We're
right.
going to go ahead and play
I love you. I'm going to take off.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Jess. She got in and she just started cooking and she didn't stop. We're going to call that what? Fatality. All you conservative liar men out there, you've been exposed. See, you thought you exposed Zeus. When I went in that live, they thought they exposed me. But what they really did was they revealed who they really were to everybody that was watching. and just like that, I've exposed you. Where's Operation Exposed when I need him? Operation Exposed, are you here? This is Zeus at work, all right? All these people see you for what you are. Domestic terrorists, liars, control freaks, cheaters, or as Swervin likes to say, Trump humpers, right? They say Trump humpers. That's a funny one, Swerve. All right, that's a funny one. Trump humpers. All right, I haven't said that in a while. Good morning, Sunrise. How are you doing?
Hi, my handsome. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing all right, and you're looking good over there. All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
All right. Well, what brings you to the show this morning? I mean, it's kind of a spicy day, isn't it?
Listen.
I mean, what's going on, right?
All of my beautiful queens, Jess, you were on fire. But April, Ange, Shay, Takesha, man, listen. They are a hard acts to follow. However, I will say this. What did our powerful leader, Mr. Biden, tell the SCOTUS at the State of the Union?
Go ahead, tell us.
He specifically told them, you want to think about what you did and what you took back, because women are going to come out and vote. He specifically said it to them.
He did. I remember.
Now they can think that he's losing his mind, that he has dementia, that he has all of these things, right?
Right.
But what we saw in Arizona yesterday, and I was in April's live, and there was a woman from Arizona, a teacher, who said that the women in Arizona are upset and that they are not going down without a fight.
Amen.
And Biden said this. Biden told SCOTUS. So now we have these foolish Republican leaders trying to double back down because they see where it's going. Say it with your whole effing chest. Stand 10 toes down. Because my thing is, keep on going. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Because that's ultimately in our favor.
Yeah.
So keep doing what you're doing.
Tell him. Tell him,
because it's
Sunrise.
going against you.
Yep.
But don't double back down. Don't try to renege.
Oh, too late. With your
Say
bad self.
With your whole entire chest.
Right.
But
say you worship the devil.
To do so. Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what they want. They really should just openly say they worship the devil at this point.
Facts.
Yep.
Facts.
Because we ain't going along with that, and they know it.
No, but here's the thing, and what I don't understand, especially with these conservative women, like, do you know, like, and not to get into like the complications of it all, but like, if they are so concerned about abortion, like that goes into other things. That goes into birth control. What about endometriosis? What about PCOS? What about ectopic pregnancies? What about all of these other things? Like, it's healthcare. It's not just about the unaliving of babies.
Tell them.
And as women, you would think that as a woman, you would know. And that's why I implore these conservative women, look in your daughter's eyes and tell her, maybe childbearing age or not, that you are not voting in her best interest.
Tell them.
There are times as teenagers where cramps were so painful that couldn't even go to school. That, you know, birth control was prescribed.
I don't know that, but I'm taking your word for it.
That birth control was prescribed to even make menstrual periods manageable.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Like, it goes into other things. And these conservative men who want to keep controlling us, guess what?
What's that?
They want to be far, you know, they want to be extremists. How about this? How about you get a vasectomy at 13 and be forced to marry and it not be reversed until you are married and show your
Amen.
How about that?
Yeah, I agree. Start with retribution. Start with clickbait.
They want to have the nuclear family. They want to have, you know, this conservative lifestyle for everyone. How about every male be given a vasectomy at a certain age and it not be reversed until they are married legally with a marriage certificate? How about that?
Amen. We're going to start Sunrise with retribution and clickbait here, all right? Let's start with them because they definitely don't need to use that thing ever again as far as I'm concerned, all right?
And it's so hypocritical because when it was mask and when it was vaccine, it's my body, my choice. But for me as a woman, it's not my body, my choice. Make it make sense.
Exactly. Well, listen, Sunrise, we got to move it on and then I got to get up out of here, all right?
All right, hon. Have a great day.
All right. You too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful Sunrise. No lies detected. Okay, all right. Okay, I got to get up out of here, but you know what? I'm curious. Yes, you MAGA demon. What do you want, Kyle? What do you want, Kyle? I saw you in the comments section freaking out.
I just want to say that abortion shouldn't even be left up to the state or the government. It should be up to the woman and her doctor.
Oh. Oh. Really?
Yes. It shouldn't have to do
When did
with
you come to that conclusion, Kyle? You're a
a
Trump supporter,
long
right?
time ago when
Are
I
you a
was a
Trump?
teenager.
Are
And
you a Trump supporter, Kyle? Or are you
I
just
was. I don't know where I stand right now. I was. I
Okay,
don't know
Kyle.
where I stand right now
I get it. I get it. So
because
when
both
did you make this
sides have
transition?
their. I'm sorry, I missed that. What?
When did you actually stop supporting Donald Trump? I mean, maybe in
Right
this live.
towards the right towards the end of his last term.
Oh, okay. Really? Hmm. Did you vote? Are you voting for him again in November?
No, I don't know which way I'm gonna vote, but I wish RFK was a possibility, but
Okay. All right. Well, listen, I'm taking you for your word. And so, with that being said, I got to ask you a couple of questions before we get up out of here because I did call you a Trump supporter, but maybe you used to be a Trump supporter. That's the vibe. So, number one, do you believe the 2020 election was rigged?
no. I
Okay.
mean, there was spots where I thought, oh well, no. And then I thought about it. I was like,
Okay. Let me ask you this question: who would you say is responsible for the attack on the Capitol on January 6th?
the far extreme right wing
Mm.
Reds.
Mm. And who's at the very top of all of that, Kyle?
Oh, it was Trump.
Oh, okay, all right. And do you believe President Biden is guilty of any crimes?
Not necessarily crimes, but he has documents too. It's been proven that he
Wait a
has
second,
documents
see, Kyle. Okay.
places.
I'm not gonna really go in, but I'll say this. I commend you for at least making an effort to get this right on your end. It sounds like you're being very sincere in your quest to pursuing the truth. All right. I do hope you continue down this path. All right. And continue to support women as you said you do when you got in the box. All right.
All right.
All
And
right.
I'm going to get back to my lunch, and you
Okay.
have a good rest of your day.
All right, you too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Kyle a round of applause. He came in on good faith. He didn't have to, but he came in. All right, keep up the work. All right. I got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm so sorry I do. All right, but before I do, okay, we'll do a couple of more. Then I got to go seriously. All right. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you doing? Oh, the beautiful Tiffany. Let's go. Yes.
I'm gonna make it quick. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
I'm gonna make it quick, like Snuggles in the bedroom, which we know he doesn't get me in the first. Yeah, he doesn't get me in the first place. Okay.
Facts, no lies detected, right, Valerie?
I wish I would have been. Make sure you share your anytime you're in a live with me, because I wish I would have been there last night to see the misogyny happening. Right.
Yeah.
So I just want to put this PSA out here really quick, guys, men, period. Even women, we have our own work to do when it comes to unpacking misogyny. We all have it in us because of patriarchy, right? So, but the thing is that you're either, just I think it was April, you're either for us or against us. Okay? Like,
tell them.
There's no in between. The cheeks anymore. No fence straddling. Like, how is your behind? It's either you're going to rise for women or you're going to be against women. And I also want to say this too, ladies, if they keep trying to push this legislation, we're going to need to do something. And when I say that, I'm talking about what just happened in Iceland, where they literally closed the gender pay gap because they stopped working.
Oh.
Okay?
Yeah.
They are so threatened by women, and they're so jealous of women, these MAGA men, these conservatives, because we don't like y'all. Okay.
Yep.
And do you even like women? Like, do you like women or do you like men? I'm confused. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But leave us and our bodies alone.
Tell them.
Okay.
Tell them, Tiffany. Right. No lies detected.
You had what was going on last night in your live. My ex was popping in my live last night.
Oh.
Randomly, I saw him in the chat and I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
These men, y'all got to do better. And if you're not constantly anti-misogynistic, just like you have to be constantly vigilantly anti-racist, anti-capitalist, all the things.
Bingo. Tell them to.
You're not doing the work, and your work doesn't stop, right?
Yep.
And with that miscreant talking about Takesha in Section 8. Excuse me? That sounds incredibly sus, okay?
Yeah.
We are all poor under capitalism. All of us, this guys. We're all poor under capitalism. So where's the energy when these politicians, these conservatives get their PPP loans forgiven? Where's the energy for them?
Where is it? Tell them.
Oh, you know what I'm saying? And oh yeah, one more thing. Can you, for your Zeus emojis, can you add, because I love your every MAGA accusation is a MAGA confession. I think that would be a good one, a good Zeus emoji. And then maybe also like a salt shaker MAGA tears or something like that.
I will try to get the artists to do that, all right?
And I appreciate you staying on late to get me up here. I appreciate y'all. I love everybody. And leave us the hell alone.
Tell them, Tiff. Tell them. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the beautiful Tiff a round of applause. All right, one more, then I really do have to get up out of here. All right, Morning Star. Good morning, Morning Star. How are you doing? Good morning. How are you doing?
Oh my goodness. Thanks for bringing me up. I didn't think I was going to make it today. But listen here, MAGA demons. All you soft batch cookies in the comments. I need you to fall back, because one thing about a woman, maybe your mama didn't tell you, you came from us anyway. And if you know anything about a woman or a real mama, I brought your life and I take your life. Has your mom ever said that to you, Zeus?
Absolutely.
I brought you here and I take you out. And we taking you out. We taking you out. So sit back and relax, because it's coming. Y'all. No, we ain't talking about no date. We talking about you going back into the woods and into the sheets or wherever the hell you came from. You gonna crawl back under that rock. And you might even go to jail with your homeboy. With your leader.
Part.
You might be there, because we know you got peanut marble brains and you don't think for yourself. That's why your women don't like you. No woman likes you. You're mad because of that. My boy Itchy Banks said it. They don't get no cake. And this is the problem. You're mad, but let me tell you this: you play with a woman, there is nothing like a woman's wrath. Okay,
you right about that.
And Dark Brandon said it.
Yep,
we coming for y'all. We coming.
Yep,
it's no hiding all that stuff that happened in the 1800s. We are a whole new breed. We are a different kind.
Yep,
we are not to be played with.
Tell them this morning.
We fight back.
Understand? Yeah.
We don't get in the corner and huddle in the corner. No. We throw hands. So you just get ready. Keep on talking your stuff in the comments, because they big tough in the comments. They big tough, Zeus. And I heard them last night trying to come for my brother, but I saw how you handled them.
Yeah. It doesn't
you
work
handled
like
them,
that.
Zeus.
Thank you, sis. I really do appreciate that. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, Lion Lou. We got Lion Lou. All of that.
Yeah, Lion Lou. Trying to act like he had a superhero's cape around Zeus. I said, excuse you, champ. You support Donald Trump. It don't work with me. You do that with somebody else.
Trying to save Jay Bear. It seems like we got a little lag going on, because I know it's time for you to go. But trying to save Jay Bear.
Oh, nasty individual. Nasty. All right. I think there is a delay.
All right, Zeus, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for having me up.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Miss Morning Star. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes this special broadcast. All right. As you can see, it's another day for the history books, all right? MAGA is on their last, all right? Donald Trump, we're 5 days out from him having to go sit his special behind down in a courtroom, and his supporters are losing it. They made the wrong decision when it comes to abortion, and they know this November they are going to be, once again, losers. Just as we have been saying. And so on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I got to get up out of here, all right? Y'all kept me here long enough. Thank you for bearing with me. And until tomorrow, Stay safe out there in those TikTok streets. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do.
Most handsome in the kingdom.
And I really am the most handsome. Stay safe, everyone. Love you, everyone. Take care. Have a great rest of your morning.
This is how I move when I'm walking like Zeus. This is how I sound when I'm talking like Zeus.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. Thank you, April. You're all amazing. And good job, Ange. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Nathan's mom, keep up the good work. Miss Thompson, thank you, everyone. Oh my gosh, Ido, yeah. Stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Don't. Thank you, Ange. All right, Angel. Let's go. Jeffrey, look at all those Zeus hands. Lady Rima. Dark IT lady. All right, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Emma Johnson. Oh, Valerie. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. I forgot to say thank you to the subscribers. Thank you to the gifters. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to the panelists. All right, you've all done an outstanding and excellent job keeping this show exciting, engaging, and entertaining. Angel. Thank you, Angel. Have a great day, everyone. All right. All right, Reagan, Republican, Zeus does rule. Lady Rima, let's go. Tiffany for the people. All right, Passion Mom and DJ Kitty Cat, thank you so much. Mystica, Mount Negro, my man. Slick as Rick, I see ya. Oh yeah, Cole's there. Marisol, you have a great rest of your day too, alright? PG, G63, thank you. Dark IT lady, there you go. Valerie, there you go. I see you up there doing God's work. Keep up the great work. Keep on crying, MAGA. They're so triggered. All I've done is told the truth. It ain't my fault you don't got any game. And you're lame. Hey, that rhymes. Coop, thank you, Coop. Mrs. Silk, thank you, Lady Rima. Let's go. Brown eyes, Queen Lee. That's why they call me Zeus, and that's why you're in the comment section crying. All right. Now, Negro, Queen Lee. Nathan's mom, there you are. Yes. When I'm moving like Zeus. Oh, this was a comedy show to you, huh? Keep on laughing. I am Nina, thank you. Look at all these Trump supporters crying. Mickey Pete, I knew you were here. Jonathan.
I just want to find 11,780 loves. One more than we have.
That part, that'll get you a RICO case right there. Cali Love, thank you. All right, Reggie! Snuggles is crazy, I agree. Reggie! Tiffany for the people, where are you at? Let's hit him with the Jack Smith remix!
He's deranged. Jack Smith. 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 He's deranged. Jack Smith.
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges, right?
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater.
You know you're a big Trump hater.
Is even more of a Trump hater.
You know you're a big Trump hater when you're openly a Trump hater. And by the way, I am a Trump hater. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's wrap this up. I got to get up out of here. But before we do, let's drop the bomb. Where's the bomb at? All right, where's the bomb at?
If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
That's right. You ain't black. You ain't nothing but a modern day slave. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care and stay safe.